Hey everyone, have you ever had that feeling in your office or in your college while you're studying that somehow people are avoiding you, or they're not giving you your due credit, or they're not giving you those important tasks that you think you can do the best? Well, in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things which you are doing to piss people off. Actually, it's all a game about perceptions, and this is how perceptions are built. So, listen to this video, listen to all those 5 things, and you can belong to any one of those categories, and the damage would have been done. So, please do a reality check. Be honest with you while you're watching this video and see if you're fitting into any one of these categories, and if you are, you need to do an immediate damage control. Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Push Plamba and I'm your victory coach who's here to talk about things that matter. I'm also the founder of Happy Within Community, wherein I teach people, I mentor people to understand how happiness from within can be achieved. So coming back to the video, point number 1, or the trait number 1, is a person known as the downer. Now this is that person who is actually going to find out the worst possible things that are happening around him or her and bring it to your conversation. So whenever you're talking with a downer, you would see that every conversation, regardless of how good or bad it is, will always lead to something which is very depressive, something sad, something where you get the feeling that you have lost. And this is the kind of person that you want to avoid, and if you are that person, you don't want to be this person anymore. People try to avoid them at all costs. Person number 2, or trait number 2, this person is known as the interrupter. So this person has a irritating habit of interrupting conversations, bringing their point of view when it is not even required, wanted, or probably is not even connected to this conversation that is happening, but they would still want to be a part of the conversation, not in a healthy manner, but by interrupting what the other person is saying with their own inputs. And this type of person has a very irritable quality of changing the topic of the conversation. So if you're that one person, don't be it. You need to try and change this trait of yours by participating in a discussion in a healthy manner, in a constructive manner. And remember, literally everything is not about you. There are millions of people in the world and there are millions of other things happening around you. So try and take your focus off you onto others. The type number 3 is what I like to call the evader. Now, if you send an email to this person, if you send a text to this person, or even if you call this person will not reply to you immediately. In fact, they will not take the call and they will not call back, or they will read your message. You will get the 2 blue ticks in your WhatsApp inbox, but they will not respond to it. Or if you even go to talk to them, they will tell you that they're busy. And this is not a matter of exception, this is a matter of habit. So this will happen literally every time you try to communicate with these people. Now in their head, or if this person is you, in your head you have convinced yourself that you are a very busy person. You are someone who has a lot on their plate right now, and somehow what others are approaching you for is not that important. But the fact is, the right thing is that even if it is not important to you, the least you can do is acknowledge that you have heard them, and that you will respond in future. And of course, you need to respond in future whenever you have time. As a rule of thumb, the right amount of hours to reply to an email, to a message, or rather to an email, let me talk about, is 48 hours in case it is not an urgent email. To a message is 2 hours in case it is not an urgent message, and to a phone call is 30 minutes in case it is not an urgent phone call. So please keep these numbers in mind and ensure that you follow them, and once you start following it, I promise you the perception about you will change. So if you're liking this video till now, I would request you to subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell icon so that you're notified of my next video. Point number in trait number 4 is that of a person I like to call as the nagger. Now, this is a person who is actually the opposite of the previous category, and this person takes exemplary satisfaction in doing follow-ups in a very, very unhealthy manner and unhealthy speed. So that person has sent you an email, and within 5 minutes you will get a text message asking about the reply to that email, and after 3 minutes of that you will get a phone call, which if you decide not to take or you're too busy to take, 2 minutes after that, that person is going to pay you a personal visit in your cabin. Now, this is the kind of person who is literally on hormones when it comes to sending out emails and expecting reply from them. This person thinks that the other person's primary job is to reply to their emails. Well, if it is your boss, you better reply, okay, to be on the safer side. But if it is anyone who you can actually postpone and you have to sometimes, please do it. And if you are this person who is like I'm calling the nagger, please understand that the world is not again only about you. The world has got other things to do in their lives as well. And while your email might be very important in your head, but for the other person it might not be that important. And the same statistics which I shared in the previous point apply over here also. So if you've sent an email which is a not so important email, please expect a reply within 48 hours. And of course, do your follow-ups after that. If it is a phone call, if it is an in-person call, or if it is a message, please follow the same statistics that I shared earlier and understand that you have now sent it. Now this is the time limit for your receiving back the reply. Do your follow-ups only after you have not received your reply within these time frames. And understand, a nagger is a person who people will change their path and go out of the way 5 kilometers probably just so that they don't bump into you in the office corridor or in the college corridor for that matter. Point and trait number 5 is what I like to call as pass the parcel expert. Remember the game we used to play as children where we used to pass the parcel the moment it used to land in our hands? Well, this person does the same even today. They don't want any kind of duties assigned to them, and if they are, they're not delegated, mind you. They're actually pawned off to someone else. They are siphoned off to someone else. They're given to someone else using one strategy or the other, and this person, or if it is you, you are evading responsibility. This is the worst person when it comes to professionalism, because this is that person who cannot be trusted with any work, with any obligation, with any deliverable, because this person has a habit of passing it on. So if you are that person, you need to stop this immediately right now and ensure you communicate it to the people who are concerned, that is your boss, your colleagues, your friends in the college, your faculties in the college, that you have changed. Because this is one habit which is the most difficult to remove the perception of. And if people have formed a perception about this habit of yours, well, it is going to take some time and effort from your point. So the first step is for you to understand that you fall into this category, and the next step is to start working on this. And the third and the final and perhaps the most important step is to communicate to the people, stakeholders around you, that you are a changed person now. So wait for my next video, and I'm going to be talking about something else which is relevant to you in your personal and professional life. Till then, this is a Victory Coach Push Plamba signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.